Charging.
Yeah. Go back there. Dead. Taking a bat. Behind, up, on me. Do better.
Enemy down.
Crazy out.
Making contact with enemy.
Woo!
Welcome everyone to my Apex channel. My name is Grizzy, and I've had a lot of people ask me to show my settings for Apex Legends, and these are gonna be the best controller settings for me personally, and you can try to implement these into your game, see if they work out for you guys. But again, you know, everything works different for everyone else. Everybody has their personal preference on how they like to play, and I'm just gonna show you guys what I've had success with and what I generally like to play with. So these are my Apex Legends Season 7 settings on controller, and I also play on PC, but this is gonna work for console as well. So guys, interact prompt style, I have that set to default. Basically, compact doesn't show as much information on screen. I probably should kind of adjust to this, but I've just been playing default all along, where you're gonna see more information on each item. Next up, button hints, that's just still default, have that on. Crosshair damage feedback, I have that off. So when I shoot someone, I'll see their shield, but I will not see anything else that's gonna kind of mess up my vision with that fight. So if you do have this set to X, you are going to see this X around your reticle. That can kind of throw off your aim, throw off your visibility a little bit. Same with X with shield icon, you're going to get that X around your screen. Me personally, I just like to have this off. You're still going to see the shield, but you're not going to see that X for that damage marker. Next up, we have damage numbers, and this is honestly best at stacking. It's gonna do the math for you. So, you know, you'll hit somebody, it'll say exactly what you hit, 66. If you change this to floating, it's gonna tell you all the numbers separately, and then that's just you having to kind of calculate more math in your head. You don't wanna do that. You wanna put this on stacking. Ping opacity, that's just how dark your ping is. Not really a game changer, not too important. Obituaries, you want to keep that on. You want to see what's going on in your game. You know, if the last couple squads are fighting, how many players are going down, keep that on. Minimap rotation, I have this set to off. Just what it does in the top corner of your screen, the minimap is going to adjust relative to your point of view. I just have that off. That's just how the game comes. I've just kept that default. Weapon auto cycle on empty. So I had a bad habit. The game would automatically switch my weapon as I ran out of ammo, but I would also switch the gun myself just because I know when I'm out of ammo. So I would always kind of rotate back to that gun without ammo. So I have that set to off. Auto sprint, I have that set to on. One thing that's cool that you can do with auto sprint on controller is you can, you know, twirl the knife. You can do cool things with the lifeline heirloom. Just something that you can do while you're playing. You can't do this while you have auto sprint turned off. Just recently, I've gotten used to playing with auto sprint on. I personally liked it. My last controller kind of got worn down when I played with auto sprint off. I was just always crushing that left analog stick to run. Double tap sprint off. Incoming damage feedback, you want that at 3D just so you know where you're getting shot at, your surrounding areas. Taking damage closes death box menu. You definitely want to have this off. If you're getting shot, taking any damage, you know, from caustic traps, from thermite grenades, you don't want to be kicked out of that death box. You want to be in the death box still so you can grab the armor swap. Hop up, pop up, I have that on. Streamer mode off. Anonymous mode off. People in the kill feed, I want them to know me anyway, so I keep that disabled. Performance display, might as well keep that on. That just shows you in the top right of your screen what your FPS is. As you can see, I have my game set to cap around 150. Just on PC. A lot of people ask me also my reticle. I use Tritanopia for colorblind mode. Mainly this is for the reticle. It pretty much keeps everything about the same color. All the armors, as you can see here, they're all about the same. The only real big difference you're gonna see, Watson traps, they're gonna be yellow when they're enemy Watson traps, blue when they're yours. I think I can see a little bit better with this yellow reticle versus the red. You know, when you're shooting, especially if you're shooting red armor, you know, it's going to be a little more difficult to see that reticle. So I have it on Tritanopia for the colorblind mode. Now, I don't play on mouse and keyboard, so we'll go into my controller settings. I have this on button puncher. B is my melee. Right stick down was my crouch before, but I do play on a scuff controller. What I use my scuff controller for is my right paddle allows me to crouch, my left paddle allows me to jump, and then I also have a paddle that allows me to loot. It's my interact button. That way I can, you know, keep looking around and looting at the same time. Basically not having to take my thumb off of the thumbstick. It's just going to be really important to be able to kind of look around, grab stuff. So if you do have paddles, I recommend trying to utilize multiple paddles so you can, you know, sprint, jump, aim, all at the same time, and you can jump into death boxes. Jumping into death boxes is actually pretty important. Like when you're getting shot at on controller, you can, you know, approach a death box, jump, and then at the same time you can interact with your interact button and grab the armor swap. So it just helps having multiple paddles. Menu cursor speed, this is just how fast your cursor is when you're in death boxes. I still have this pretty low, might mess around with this a little bit. My look sensitivity is a 5.4. Per optic settings, I don't really mess with anything, kind of keep everything the same as that as well. My response curve is classic. My dead zone is none, just because I have a new controller, so you know there's not going to be a lot of sway in my controller, so I have that set to none for now, but small works as well. Movement dead zone set to small, inverted look off. Vibration off. If you play with vibration on, that can definitely throw off your aim, so I keep that off as well. I also do not use advanced look controls. Full screen works fine for me. 16:9 native, 1920 by 1080 resolution. My field of view, I play on 100. I see a lot of new players playing on the 70 default FOV. You definitely want to play on 100 plus in this game because you're not going to be able to see your surrounding areas. You're going to get flanked a lot more if you're playing on that, you know, that 70, whichever is the normal point of view. So if you can see, a lot of people play on this 70. The targets are going to be bigger, but you're not going to be able to see, like say there's a target over this way, you're not going to be able to see that guy at the 70 FOV. So I play on 100. As you can see here, I can see this target and I can see this target at the same time. Just gives you a lot better perspective in your game, and it's going to help a lot. VSync, you definitely want to have this disabled. It's going to help with your frames in game. Adaptive, same thing here, got that set to 0. These things are all just dependent on your PC. I have this all set here. This just keeps my game maximized so that I have the highest amount of frames, but I also can, you know, see the most texture quality, things like that in my game as well. So this is all just kind of dependent on your PC. Make sure you get it to what frames you want to achieve. I have mine set to maximize at 150. I just use a 144 hertz monitor. And that's it, guys. Those are my settings on PC. I play on controller. A lot of you guys asked for them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I'm new at this. I've never done a settings video before. But let me know in the comment section down below if you have any questions, and I'll be sure to answer them. And guys, I'll see you on the next one. I'm Grizzy, and I'm out.